Hey guys, it's Andrew with Public Auto Auctions, and today we're going to be covering consigning vehicles here at the sale. We're going to go over our consignment form, what all you can expect, the different tiers that we run vehicles in, and just cover an overview of what you can expect to pay. Alright, so let's start here. This is our consignment agreement, and you'll see here it's broken up into 10 different sections. Let's start at the very top, section 1, where we just cover vehicle information, year, make, model, VIN, and then title status. So this is where if you know that the vehicle has rebuilt or salvage history, you can let us know. We do run a Carfax to verify that information. So just make sure if you know any of it, disclose it to us at that time. Section 2 discusses the different tiers that we have, and I'll go more in depth on that in a later slide. Section 3 is a one-time registration fee. Each tier has a different amount. This is again, a one-time fee due at intake, and it just covers the basic check-in of the vehicle, processing of it, and things like that. Section B of Part 3 covers the auction run fees. So each auction that the vehicle goes through, there will be a run fee, and again, those are different depending upon which tier the vehicle falls in. You're able to run a vehicle up to 4 consecutive auctions. At that point, we do ask that you come and remove the vehicle. Section 4 is the reserve price. If it is, as it says here, if there's a higher unrealistic reserve, it may be placed into Tier C. We do ask that, y'all go over with us the information that we have available that covers how much a vehicle of a similar year, make, and model has sold for over the past year. We have a couple of different resources that we can show you, and the closer we are to that reserve, the better that we can place the vehicle into a sale. All right, Section 5 is going to cover vehicle condition representation. This is just saying, yes, you've disclosed any issues that you know of, the odometer's correct, all of that stuff to make sure that things are correct and properly represented for the buyers. Section 6 is about keys and title. We must have keys here at the time of intake, and title must be here within 10 days. The vehicle will not run through a sale until we have the title on hand. If you do not provide a title within 10 days of bringing the vehicle, you will be charged storage fees and asked to pick it up. Sales payment and unsold vehicles is our next section. The consignor is paid within 3 days after the buyer's paid. If unsold, the consignor may choose to rerun it or pick it up. And vehicles left more than 7 days after the last run will incur a storage fee and be removed at our discretion. Section 8 is liability, standard stuff for every auction. Loss damage is something that we can't always be held responsible for. A vehicle is left here at the consignor's risk. Section 9 is very important. So this is where you'll put your name, sign, date, and then phone number and email are our primary modes of contact. So please make sure to enter in the phone number and email yourself, and that the phone number and email are correct, so that when we're trying to contact you about if sales and be like, hey, somebody offered this much on your vehicle, we need to be able to get in contact with you so that we can figure out, if you want to lower your reserve, if you want to counter offer, things like that. And then the final one is by our people, it's auction approval, and it's the decision of which tier the vehicle is going to be placed in based off of condition of the vehicle and the reserve set. All right, so now let's go through a couple of slides. So here, you'll see that we have the consignment tier system. Tier A is our premium placement. So these are clean running, high in demand, good mileage, stuff like that, where the reserve is realistic. They're placed in the prime middle block of the auction. So what that is where we have the most active bidders, and where you're most likely to get your highest dollar amount is in that prime block. So if you have a car that's clean running, you set a good reserve, we're going to put you right there in the middle to try to get you the most money that we can. All right? Section B, or Tier B, is standard placement. So these are going to be cars that have like some cosmetic or mechanical issues, higher mileage, things like that. If your reserve is slightly high, but workable, something that we can think we can do, then that'll be in Tier B. And what Tier B is it's the section on either side of that prime block where it is bidders are coming in or bidders are going out, but you still get a good healthy chunk of the bidders, so you can still get a decent amount on your vehicle. And then the last one is Tier C. So this is late placement. These are all rough and non-running vehicles are going to go here. If it's a branded title like salvage, rebuilt, flood, anything like that, it'll go here. And if you have a high reserve that is just not feasible, we'll let you run the vehicle, but it is going to go into late placement. And so that is at the end of the auction when buyers are kind of falling off. If you want to have a vehicle placed there, we can do that. However, you aren't going to be able to get as much. And this is just to protect the flow of the auction, to make sure that whenever people are bidding, there's not lulls in the bidding and people are very active. Because when you get a car that the reserve is too high, or you get a car that is not running, the bidding kind of falls off. And we want to keep that momentum going throughout the entire auction. So key rules: placement based only on the unit. Okay, it is whatever the unit is, that's where it goes. You still get to determine the reserve. We allow you to choose it. We're going to give you our best estimate of what we can get. We're going to go over it with you, but y'all get to replace the reserve. And the reserve is what determines the placement more than anything else. I mean, if a vehicle's non-running, obviously it's tier C. But as far as like running vehicles, if the reserve is not something that we think we can do, it's going to be a tier C. Because we want to be honest and forthright with you and just let you know like what we think we can do. All right, next slide. Reserve price rules. Okay, the reserve must be set before auction day and cannot increase after the run list is posted. So once we have like put those vehicles in a sale, it's been posted, the reserve cannot go up. Whatever you say it is, that's where it is. Auction staff will attempt to reach you on auction day to negotiate, to tell you, hey, this is what we have as an offer on your vehicle. Do you want to counter offer? Do you want to accept? Which is why it's very important that we have the correct email and phone number for you on hand. Because if unreachable, auction may sell at the highest bids. We're going to do our best to reach you. We really want y'all to be able to respond, so please make sure you get that info to us correctly. High reserves will result in tier C placement. All right. Next slide, vehicle requirements. Accurate vehicle information we need to have. The title, again, needs to be delivered in 10 days of when you consign it. If it is not delivered by then, you will be charged storage fees for us holding your vehicle and be asked to pick it up. Working keys for running vehicles need to be provided. If it's non-running, that's fine. Personal items must be removed. We are not responsible for any personal items left in the vehicles. And we are not responsible for theft, weather, or mechanical failure, because unfortunately with used cars, sometimes mechanical failure just happens. Auction process. So the vehicle, again, can run up to 4 times. Run fees are charged whenever the vehicle is run through an auction. So if you only run it 2 times, you're going to have 2 run fees. If you run it all 4 times, you're going to have 4 run fees. Placement issued within 3 business days, or payment is issued, within 3 business days after the buyer funds clear. So once they've paid us, we will pay you within 3 days. And vehicles left for 7 days after you have said, no, I don't want to run anymore, will incur storage fees. All right, I hope that covered everything. If y'all have any questions or concerns, on the screen right now, you'll see our contact information, phone number, email, our website. Just reach out to us. Let us know if you have anything else you'd like to know, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you so much, and y'all have a great day.